Bonjour! I'm at the Paris Olympics. If you've been following me for a while, you've seen the World Cup, Women's World Cup, Tokyo Olympics here on this channel, so you can probably imagine that I'm here to work, right? I've been freelancing on these events for years and I absolutely love it. As I'm working, that also means that I can't cover what's going on in the city as I normally do.
But I can.
Yes. How excited are you?
Tremendously.
This was the world's biggest sporting event. The Paris Olympics and Paralympics were different from all the others I've worked on because here, some of the city's landmarks were also the scenarios for the games. Place de la Concorde. It is really amazing what they did here.
It's exciting. It's a lot of fun.
I study shows that the investment is already paying back. France has been the world's most visited country for years, and the games brought even more foreigners. We spent a good part of the year right here. In this video, I'll share the Olympic experience. This is the Olympics, Paris 2024.
Let me show you what you can do
For free.
at the Olympics.
This is the famous Trocadero, a beautiful square across the Seine River overlooking the Eiffel Tower. If you visited Paris in the months leading up to the Olympics, countdown to the Olympics, everything here was shut down.
Wow, they closed down the whole park.
Well, it was for a good reason.
Go, 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 go. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
They chose the best place here for the fan zone, because look at the view. Look at that, totally free. Can't believe I'm here.
Champions Park, Paris Olympics.
It's so cool that you get to see the athletes here. We both also had our fan moments. Brazilian gymnast Rebeca Andrade starting one of the most iconic moments of the Games. About 600 athletes came here from various nationalities. This was kind of a walk of fame created for the first time in history, especially for the Paris Games. So cool. There were also medal ceremonies here. We saw the gold and silver figure skating medalists from the Beijing Winter Olympics 2022 finally be recognized.
United States of America.
At the time, there was a legal uncertainty following the disqualification of a Russian athlete, so the ceremony never happened until now. Another one for the collection. Sante! These cups are so nice. The Trocadero was not the only tourist site that became a fan zone. Recognize this area? Can you stay at the Hôtel de Ville?
It's a hotel.
The City Hall became Club 2024. This was one of the 200 places throughout France offering sports and cultural activities, live screening, shows, food, and meetings with the athletes. And there was also the Nations Park, an area concentrating several of the famous Olympic houses. 15 nations hosted their houses right here. Look at this space, how huge it is. This is La Villette. It's very nice that they concentrated a lot of the houses in the same area.
Some are paid, some are free.
Which ones we're going to?
The ones we get to the
free.
front door.
This is obviously the most sought after house, the busiest house of all because it is France's house. And look at the line to get in. France house now, or we save that for later? another day.
Never been to Serbia.
We're going to their house now.
We're going.
They have information here about previous Olympics, and Serbia didn't exist, you know, for a good part of the 20th century, so they talk about Yugoslav athletes.
Serbia. 103 athletes, half of them came home with a medal.
Wow.
I'ma show you how to play. Let's do it. Let's do it. Take it to the hoop, push through it.
Oh, wow.
Get to it, get to it.
South Africa. Look at these dresses. Wow. I remember a little bit of this when I was in South Africa. Wow, talk about creativity. Look at this. These are all from cans. Look at the price. Slovenia house. How do you say welcome?
Dobrodošli.
But I guess you're not Dobrodošli.
You're welcome, but you're not.
Next. Here you go. Casa Brasil.
It's huge.
Yes, hold this space.
Havaianas?
They're showing the games here in Portuguese. Cazé TV is YouTube. Woohoo!
Wow.
I came prepared.
What do they have at the Minas Bar? Cachaça.
Caipirinha, pão de queijo. Here's a sport that needs to come to the Olympics.
Don't they have volleyball and beach volleyball?
But this is different, baby. This is futebol. Brazil! Look at how popular Colombia is. There's this line to get in, not moving. We'll try to come back later. Much smaller line. So let's go to Mexico. Mexico!
It's smelling good, no?
It's smelling very good. Look at the line just to get Mexican food. Oh my God. Mexico!
Gracias.
You tried.
I tried.
This is a very cool tradition at the Olympics. The countries set up their houses. What for, Gordon?
I think to market the country, give a little taste of the culture, whether food or musica.
Their traditions in general. It's very cool to go for a tour around the world, especially when they're all close to each other, like here. Sometimes you have one house in one location and then another house somewhere else. But here it's really, really fun.
Maison de Canada. Look at that. Nobody interested in Canada.
That's because it's paid, baby. How much is it?
30.
We first came to Nations Park in the morning. That's why the houses are quiet. They normally had events in the afternoons and evenings. And I'll later show you what it was like. Oh, lovely, the India house. How long is it gonna take?
I hope it moves fast.
We tried, but India is so popular that they're not allowing people in anymore. And this one is paid, €5 to get in. More than 90,000 people per day came here during the Olympics and Paralympics. But there were probably even more people around the Seine, as there was so much going on here. You guessed it, for free.
Olympic ring trading. Some old pins in there, man. Crazy busy. Guess what I found? I found a big pyramid. Besides that, 5 O's.
You're so creative. We're now at the Louvre, but this time they have the Olympic rings here too. Paris Olympics, Paris 2024. If you want to see inside the Louvre, check out the previous video because now we're heading to the main symbol of the Paris Games. Yes, towards the Olympic flame. For the first time in history, the Olympic flame could shine without any fuel. The Olympic cauldron used light and water to create fire. Celebrating our two countries here, Brazil, USA. Where's Canada?
9 hours that way.
But you didn't come prepared.
Canada!
But why a balloon? Because that's a French invention. It was in Paris in 1783 that the very first flight in the history of humanity took place. And why was the cauldron in the Tuileries Garden? Because it was right here that the world's first gas balloon filled with hydrogen also took off in 1783 in front of 400,000 people. The Olympic flame embodies peace and hope. Before getting here, it traveled all over France and the French territories around the world. The ceremony started in Greece, the historic birthplace of the Olympic Games. Here in the Paris metro region, it was a great opportunity for Gordon to visit other areas nearby.
I went to Boulogne-Billancourt and La Défense. La Défense is the first time. I don't know if many tourists go there.
Well, during the Olympics they did, because they had competitions there.
Yes.
Allez, c'est parti, je vous Sévan.
It was electric. It was fun.
Are you ready?
Est-ce que vous êtes prêts?
It was great to see the torch go by, but they should have probably stopped right in front of me so I could take pictures.
No, they did.
Right in front of me.
3, 2, 1.
Well, it's exciting. It's exciting to see the torch go by before the Olympic Games begin.
What did you think of these two places?
Boulogne is like a suburb. Nice, quiet little suburb. Cute. La Défense is like a center city. Lots of high-rises. It's the corporate center of Paris. Lots of office towers.
This is the line to go to La Concorde. We're now at the Urban Park. Welcome to Place de la Concorde. Ici, c'est Paris. This is a square here, Place de la Concorde, but the square is not this big. They closed off a lot of streets. It is really amazing what they did here.
It's huge. It's exciting. It's a lot of fun.
Remember in the other video, we were here when all this was being built. It is amazing to see during the Olympics with everything going on. Look at the view from here. This is the Champs-Élysées and Arc de Triomphe. There are various arenas here at the Urban Park. When you get in, you get this Olympic atmosphere because you can see all of them from outside. You need tickets to go inside, but just being here, it is very fun. They must be athletes. Your time now.
All those people in front of me. It's the skate park, and you can watch.
Without paying. So cool to have the view right here.
Canada.
Yeah.
Canada. 3-on-3 basketball.
Is that a way to see from the outside and cheer with the crowd, huh?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Here's the warm-up before they go play over there. I'm loving it, baby. Churros.
Typical French food, huh? Oh no, next country over.
But it's so good. Do you know where you're walking?
Yes. Champs there, champs here.
Good one.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of Champs-Élysées. Normally there's traffic all over, cars all over. Not today. Such a unique time to be in Paris. Especially in this area. There are competitions in or around all these buildings here. For instance, archery, road cycling, and the marathon at the Invalides, fencing, and taekwondo at the Grand Palais. The Grand Palais had been shut down since 2021 for a massive restoration. I like to think that Gordon was among the first people to see the new interior.
I think there was like 300 people there. I wasn't very first getting into the building, but if you say so. The Grand Palais, it was grand. The Grand Palais is famous for its glass roof, and thought it was more impressive to see all the steel in the interior. Why? Because it's steel like the Eiffel Tower. It was beautiful.
Was it the first time you saw taekwondo?
No, I've seen it on TV. You mean live? Yeah, this was the first time I saw it.
So I guess you chose the sport based on the location then.
Yeah, because I wanted to go to the Grand Palais. It was really cool. And you know what? It's going to reopen in spring of 2025, fully reopen.
At the opening ceremony, one of the most powerful moments also happened at the Grand Palais, when the national anthem was performed on the rooftop by Axel Saint-Cyr. My best memory of the opening ceremony, though, was what happened exactly in front of me at the Conciergerie. This was the medieval residence of the French kings, transformed into a prison during the French Revolution. We had just visited the Conciergerie a few months back, so everything was still very fresh in my mind. The performance joined history, emotion, opera, and heavy metal, highlighting especially the most famous prisoner here, Marie Antoinette. It was the most touching live performance I've ever seen in person. In total, 2,000 artists and almost 7,000 athletes participated in the parade along the Seine. I was at the beginning and Gordon close at the end at the Trocadero.
It rained really hard, but they had the lights come up. It was like a laser light beam show. I was expecting a fireworks show, but that didn't happen. The light show was fantastic. Everybody should see that.
They should do that presentation more often then, or maybe one light show like that again every year.
I bet you they have one at New Year's.
My work at the Olympics was at Parc des Princes, the famous Paris Saint-Germain stadium, as always with soccer. My 4th Olympics, and for the 2nd time in 5 years, working at this stadium with some amazing people. 10 matches in total, both men and women, including both finals. It was incredible to see the crowd cheering for France at the men's final. The women's final joined my 2 teams. During the tournament, Gordon was at the stands and I was at the pitch working with the media. More than 24,000 people got media accreditation from more than 2,100 news organizations. The vast majority were broadcasters. Some new to the job. Currently, there are 32 sports in the Olympics and 22 in the Paralympics. Some of them we can see from the streets with no tickets.
Cycling. Well, there it went. It happens that fast.
For how long did you wait for that moment?
I was probably there, I think about 45 minutes before. Yeah, there's lots of people there. People waving their flags. They're gone. More
than 5,000 medals were given, and each one has a little piece of the most iconic symbol of Paris, the Eiffel Tower. Seriously, each medal has 18 grams of iron taken from the Tower renovation scraps. They're right in the center at the hexagon, which is a reference to France's shape and nickname. Today is my day as a fan. I'm here for women's volleyball. And guess who's playing?
No, Canada.
Brazil against Poland. It's my first time ever attending a volleyball match, and I'm at the Olympics, and this is so huge. There are places here where the athletes can practice, a lot of food and beverage, a lot of entertainment. So cool. The game was so intense. One of the sets closed at 38-36. Last day of the Olympics, the closing ceremony is starting soon. And where did we come, Gordon?
Casa no Brasil.
Casa Brasil. It was his choice. Why? The party's here. Brazil didn't finish first, nor had the best results compared to previous Olympics, but the atmosphere here was of constant celebration. Several athletes and former Olympians showed up, and the crowd went nuts.
Brasil, viva o samba, viva vocês!
We would have loved to visit Team USA's house as well. For the first time ever, they opened a space to fans. The downside was that the entrance cost 325 euros. But I was lucky to fly to Paris together with some athletes.
Team USA, let's go!
It was a special flight with pre-boarding celebrations, an Olympic documentary, and souvenirs. I can't imagine the flights back, as Team USA finished first in the medal table.
It's time to close up.
It's time to say
Goodbye.
bonsoir, au
Bonsoir.
revoir. What was your favorite part of the Olympics?
Watching you working in the big stadium with the French playing.
It was a highlight, to have France playing in the stadium, USA playing with us, Brazil playing with us.
I memorized a French song.
What song?
Allez, allez, bleu. Ah, bleu. Ah, bleu.
Ready for LA right now?
No. World Cup, I guess. Club World Cup is coming up.
There's something before the Olympics, actually.
Yeah, Club World Cup, and then the Winter Olympics.
Regardless of the results, the next days were to celebrate our athletes. We met a few teams at the train station leaving France. "32 Olympic and 40 Paralympic world records are broken. In Paris, things are now back to normal. The Olympic Village is being converted. Up to 20% of the flats will be turned into social housing, and many others are now for sale. The stars might have left, but the City of Light shines even brighter.